So this is the second part of the video. I'm talking about containers. I told you I'm not talking about the IC. You can check up the IC yourself. I'm telling you what the platform is all about. Now you have to know this is not a financial advice. I'm just giving you an overview of what this platform is all about. So what are the possible attacks that could happen with an IoT system, and how we the blockchain of things through their platform containers, how will they solve these issues? Now you identify 4 basic attacks that are possible in the system. All the attacks at different layers are the network layer, the application layer, the authentication layer, and then the physical layer. So at the network level, what is a network? So you basically, there is a form of connection between one part of the system and then another part of the system, and then you send messages from one part to another. Now there is one of the things you have to know, that okay, how can the man in the middle actually work? And the man in the middle could work if, for example, a system on a node, for example, pretends to become a legitimate node. Such a node can try to usurp the whole system. So that is in the man in the middle. So you'll be asking, how we containers be able to mitigate against such attack? By leveraging the power of blockchain. And another attack that could come at the network level, it's a kind of DDoS attack. So I told you DDoS attack is when a system is being overwhelmed by unsolicited requests and false requests. Now there are how would containers be able to prevent this? So there are multiple lines of defense against this. One of them is the DDoS protection at the device level. So what containers will do, it will do this using the containers API. So the devices, because containers, I told you in the last video, containers is designing a system where the IT staffs who are not used to the blockchain and who don't know educate them from the ground, they can actually bring in the system, and then they can be able to work with it very easy. So at the device level, these devices that are connected to the system will protect them using the API. So a device level DDoS will be thwarted due to containers permission and ephemeral tuning protection layers, which only allow permission endpoints. Sorry. Then you have DDoS at the central server level. So the DDoS protection. So we're talking about with decentralization, that one can be solved. And then at the gateway level. So at the gateway level, how will containers be able to do this? You've heard things like the Tor browser or whatsoever. So at the gateway level, I want to be asking, what are the devices to which you have your internet, for example? What is the gateway from your computer to another computer? So what is the internet? It's basically a web. They call it a web. It's basically how will I put it? A cluster of different computers that are connected together where information is being shared. How this information is shared is dictated by whoever owns this information. And that's why a platform like Audible or YouTube, for example, has a platform. They tell you, okay, for you to be able to access the systems and the parameters, you have to sign up for an account, this and the rest of it. So at the gateway level, you will need a browser to be able to access the internet. So how we can mitigate against these risks is at the gateway level. Why not we protect the system? We could use integrate Tor network into this system, or we could use SIMs or blockstream satellite to create resilience at the network level. The other attack at the network level that is also possible is the traffic analysis attack. So how will they mitigate against this? I told you that they are going to bring in a system where, like, at the blink of a second, from messages end-to-end encryption messages that only exist for a blink of a second, and then using the third network. So we expect traffic analysis will become even more difficult when Bitcoin implements the Dandelion anonymization protocol. So what are the attack that is possible at the application level? So one of the attack that is possible at the application level is the malware or the virus. So an attacker could get into the system and then infect the system with virus. So how will they do that? Catalyst is going to separate the IoT device from the normal device. So unlike your browser where you can actually connect through the permission layer, it's going to Catalyst will prevent this. Then DDoS on the application level. So you see the hacker amplifies an impact of a cumulative number of external requests by causing the application to execute a large number of unnecessary internal requests so that they can't fulfill legitimate requests. Then DDoS protection. In Catalyst, an attacker can't conduct an application level DDoS attack since Catalyst device only communicates to permissioned endpoints through the blockchain. Then the other attack that is possible is authentication analysis. So what are the possible attacks that could happen? How will Catalyst mitigate? One of them is the cryptic analysis. So I told you an hacker can actually study the code and then be able to say, this is the code, let's breach it. But Bitcoin has been a system for a while and nobody has been able to breach Bitcoin. So it gives building upon a Bitcoin protocol, it gives a higher leverage. And then another thing again is the man in the middle attack for encryption. So since you are sharing private keys between two persons, the man in the middle could actually become a Byzantine and get codes and do whatever they want to do. So how will that be stopped? In Catalyst, private keys are not shared between endpoints. Instead, the sender encrypts each message, the public key at the endpoint. At the endpoint, the message can only be dictated by using the key. So thanks to the blockchain, what blockchain could do. Then the other level of attack that could happen is the physical attack. So a person could seek to damage. An attacker can physically tamper with an unsecured node and inject malicious code into it to gain access to the rest of the system. So if someone could just plug in a device, how do you get viruses and the rest of them? How do you infect a system with virus? You have a piece of software and it's copied to maybe a DVD or hard disk or whatever, or flash. And then as you copy files, as a transfer of info or assets or whatsoever, you transfer these viruses along. But with the container system, it's like when you have your flash drive and you insert your flash drive into your PC, it's instantaneously, if the antivirus is very, very active, tells you, it triggers, it says no, this thing is not pure. So Catalyst can still mitigate the risk of a breach at an unsecured node by permissioning the limits. So you can permission the limit and say, okay, this is like a system, this is how far this who can actually. Okay, now we don't know who is actually coming to the system, but you can determine how far the person is can actually go. And then inherent auditability enables rapid detection. So because this stuff is auditable because it's all blockchain and smart contracts, it will be very, very difficult for a person to continue breaching and breaching the system without knowledge. So in order to facilitate, because we're not talking about machine-to-machine transactions, in order to facilitate transactions and make them very quick, the Katana system is going to implement Lightning networks. So it will be using Flash network, And Flash, the reason why they are using Flash network is more easier to implement than Lightning network. And then it's almost near zero. And then it's gonna make the containers also retain its features, its security features. And then another unique thing about containers and how containers, the rapid adoption technology. What will make containers very, very easy is, I told you in the last video that Katana is going to implement a system here. The guys who are in the IT department of any company, and they want to secure their systems with decentralized platforms and the rest of them. With these containers, they're going to build in APIs that you don't need to even know about blockchain or whatsoever. Just simple API that can enable anyone to work with this, and also a web service layer. And then another thing that's going to make how they integrate this is they want to make this system so easy that you can buy the crypto tokens and containers tokens with fiat, or they want to make it so easy that even though we're talking about intelligent money, that's this money you will program things into them and they work. You don't have to stress people that you have to go to an exchange. No. You can easily integrate fiat or credit card systems in. It should be done on their behalf. And then the list goes on and on. So you can go through the team and see who is behind the team. Okay. So what are the potential third-party apps? I've gone through them before. Wallet for token sales, hardware as a service, tickets, and more. Decentralized applications, the tokens. And this is the glossary. And you can see in a nutshell what the system wants to do. You can connect to the team, who is behind the team, and all that. Now I want to tell you this, that blockchain of things has been in operation for a while. Let's watch this video if we have time.
Understanding Tennis Enterprise, a technical overview. Blockchain of Things created Tennis Enterprise to facilitate developers and organizations to quickly integrate Bitcoin blockchain capabilities into their software, devices, systems, machines, sensors, and other enterprise-scale applications. Tennis provides a layer that removes technological difficulties and delivers easy-to-use enhancements via standard web services for systems messaging and end-node security. Tennis allows organizations to rapidly leverage the Bitcoin blockchain for enhanced security and reduced costs for global messaging and device communications. Customers can quickly generate a vast number of Tennis virtual devices. These virtual devices correspond to the software application and physical real-world systems they are used by. They are represented by Bitcoin blockchain addresses and provide for secure, decentralized messaging. Messages are sent and received usually within 500 milliseconds. The Tennis virtual devices can receive, store, and react to messages, and also receive, store, and react to digital assets. Smart contracts can now run on computers and systems on the edge network, known as edge computing. Smart contracts execute at the speed of the edge computer's processor and can be written in any robust programming language, compiled to protect your company's intellectual property. Additionally, Tennis virtual devices have the capability of being used by all applications to log information and provide notary services across the documents, contracts, and digital content.
So that is just a quick overview of what containers is all about. And then you can go through the team. You can go through the white paper to learn further, and then you can check whatever updates the token says coming up. If you're interested, you could buy. However, guys, this is not a financial advice. It's just an overview of what containers can do for your business or whatsoever. It will be a very good day.